Welcome everyone to Grand Tour Wrestling Dystopia. We're live here in a sold-out arena in Springfield, and here is Mr. Declaration Holder Chris Jericho. On the 4th of July, he won the Declaration Holder briefcase. He can now use it to cash in the contract inside for any singles championship match at any moment he desires. What Jericho has is pure gold in a briefcase. He can challenge anyone for the world title, the Grand Tour title, US title, Intercontinental title, Hardcore title. Any championship he wants is now in his grasp. Welcome to Dystopia is Jericho. You're now looking at your new 2026 Mr. Declaration Holder. And I promise. Congratulations, Mr. Declaration Holder. You earned it. You really have the contract you have in there. That can open many doors, but there's something that does not sit right with me. You know what that is, Jericho? You know what it is about the situation that smells rotten? No, Born, why don't you tell me? What is about me holding this briefcase that you don't like? Technically, Jericho, that grants you any match for a singles title anytime you want. You and I have been through a little bit together, fighting the old gods and whatnot, and I like to think that maybe we're not friends, but at least allies. I like to say that I want to trust you. However, let's get down to business here. No one has ever used that briefcase to cash in on a mid-card title. Why would anyone do that when the big one is theirs for the taking? So if you cash that in on me, and I would not blame you, I just want to know, where does that briefcase, my title, where does that leave me and you? Ben! Listen, I have a year to cash this baby in. You may be champion tonight. You might not be champion tomorrow. There's so many other people who want that strap. I know Damian Maximus have a number 1 contender match tonight for that title. Maybe I'll cash in on one of them. Maybe I won't even chase the world title. Maybe I will. All I know is, well, you watch your back. Understand, if I stab you, it's gonna be in the front. Jericho's not exactly making his motivations clear. Benjamin Bourne a little worried that that briefcase might be used to be cashed in on him, so Jericho can essentially steal the world title. Jericho saying it could be on him, it could be on someone else. Only time will tell. Anyway, welcome to Dystopia. I'm your host, Infinite Fantasy, and we got a full card here tonight. We got an open challenge from Scott Storm as he's continuing the tradition he started at the Declaration of Domination, where he'll be taking on any opponent in the back here tonight. We're also going to be hearing from Miss Declaration Holder Rebecca Troy, who won the Declaration of Domination ladder match from the women's division at the 4th of July special. And we also have the women's hardcore title on the line. Dorothy Lane will be defending against Shotzi Blackheart, the hardcore title on the line. That means no disqualifications, no countouts, all weapons completely encouraged. We're also going to have a number 1 contender match for the European title, who will be competing for the European title next week. Will it be AJ Styles or Hector Flores? We'll find out tonight. And then for our main event, Damian Maximus will be going one-on-one with Andre Armstrong. The winner will be going to Summer Bash to challenge Benjamin Bourne for the World Championship. But coming up next, here on Dystopia, we're going to be having a qualifying match for the mixed tag team titles. Zero Wolf and Amy Zero taking on Charlie Dempsey and Ren Sinclair. Coming up next, here on GTW Dystopia.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, Zero Wolf and Amy Zero, the Wolf Pack.
Before we get into tonight's match, I want to give a shout out to two people who I'm seeing here in the chat. We got Dancing Red Sox and Mortalist the Hero. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the show. And we have Amy Zero and Zero Wolf representing the Wolfpack as they're being accompanied to the ring by Castor Black. This is a qualifying match for a mixed gender tag team title opportunity. On Brawl, Amanda Price has been officially suspended from in-ring action due to faking medical clearance after suffering a concussion for a month straight. Because of her suspension, her and Steven Dynamite are stripped of the mixed tag team titles. And tonight, the Wolfpack will be competing against Charles Dempsey and Ren Sinclair. The winners will be going on to Summer Bash to compete for the vacant tag team titles.
And their opponents, first, representing No Quarter Catch Crew from Dallas, Texas, Ren Sinclair.
And here goes Ren Sinclair, one half of this tag team, challenging the Wolfpack here tonight. No Quarterback, about to make their second tag team match here on Dystopia. They suffered a huge loss the last time they tried competing for the mixed tag team titles against Amanda Price and Steven Dynamite. Hopefully they'll have better luck against the Wolfpack here tonight.
And her partner, representing No Quarter Catch Crew from Blackpool, England, weighing in at 208 pounds, Charlie Dempsey.
I believe on Brawl we had our first qualifying match where two members of the Final Testament, Taos Vaughn Sicily and Nancy Valen, had defeated La Conjurita Loca and El Mongo Jr., the Luchadors, in the first qualifying match. The winners here tonight will be taking on the Final Testament at Summer Bash for those vacant titles. And here comes the bell. We're going to be starting off with Amy Zero and Ren Sinclair. The two women will be starting off tonight's mixed gender tag team match. Ren Sinclair with a huge elbow to the face of Amy Zero. And here she comes, Russian leg sweeper right in the middle of the ring, and Ren Sinclair taking control of this tag team match. And there she is, slamming her shoulder into the ring, followed by a drop kick to the spine. And what an amazing start for Rensselaer and Charles Dempsey. Jawbuster by Amy Zero. Going for the reversal. Heavy knees to the chest. And this super heavyweight from the women's division. Amy Zero, the right hand of Castor Black in the Wolfpack. Now taking control, going for the pin, but a kick out by Rensselaer. Zero throwing Rensselaer into the corner. A tag to Zero Wolf, and a drop kick by Zero Wolf. Amazing double team, amazing teamwork by the Wolfpack. Rensselaer setting him up, coming in for a suplex. It looked like it took a lot out of Rensselaer trying to lift him. She goes for a pin, but not even a 1 count, still very early in this opening match. And Rensselaer looking to be in a bad way here, and high flying move by Zero Wolf. He goes for the grapple. Rensselaer now in the corner. She reverses with a swift elbow. Smart move by Rensselaer. She already felt how heavy Zero Wolf is compared to herself. Instead of going for another suplex, she goes for a strike right into the spinal cord, and now tags in her partner, Charles Dempsey, to even the odds. Dempsey immediately suffering a backbreaker, followed by a big boot. Zero Wolf completely in control of this match, and there's Castor Black trying to sneak in a steel chair into the ring, but to no avail. Devastating knees, strike combo by Zero Wolf. This heavyweight luchador bringing his expertise right from Mexico. Now tagging in Amy Zero. And what a face buster. You can just see that power behind Amy Zero. No ordinary human right there. Superhuman, if you will. All three of them claiming to have the blood of werewolves. And it shows with their supernatural strength, as Amy Zero has just demonstrated. Charles Dempsey desperately fighting back, throwing Amy Zero against the ropes. He leaps over with the leapfrog and then an arm drag, taking Amy Zero down. Amy Zero with a quick reversal. Here comes Charles Dempsey off the ropes. Charles Dempsey trying to shift all his body weight down, keeping Amy Zero from lifting him. But Amy Zero again able to do the same. And this She-Wolf is just absolutely phenomenal. And here she comes, Razor's Edge on the Charles Dempsey. And there's Castor Black outside the ring, removing the turnbuckle padding. Rensselaer desperately looking for that tag. Charles Dempsey in a bad way right now. He goes to throw Amy Zero into the corner. And here comes the tag to Rensselaer. No quarter. Oh, double hit toss by no quarter quarterback. And now the two women fighting here at ringside. Ooh. And Amy Zero's head just completely bouncing off the outside floor. Only a thin layer of mat protecting her from that unforgiving concrete. There comes Amy Zero. Oh, another facebuster, just throwing Rensselaer's full dead body weight onto the outside floor. And I want to remind everyone, it's not the ring. There is absolutely no give there. Rensselaer now getting back in the ring with Amy Zero, throwing her into the corner. She makes a tag to Charles Dempsey. Nice teamwork by this power couple here, but not enough to keep Amy Zero down. The referee distracted as she tries to get the turnbuckle back onto the corner. And here comes Amy Zero coming in. Riptide. Riptide by Amy Zero, and here comes the pin. 1, and Red Sinclair with the save. If not for her, this could have been the end of the match. Red Sinclair using her finisher move, the Riptide. Sorry, Amy Zero using the Riptide, and there she goes, overpowering Charles Dempsey once more. And here he is in the corner. Amy Zero just choking him out with the heel of her boot. It looks like Dempsey just had enough as he throws her down. Charles Dempsey from Blackpool, England, knows all about the hard knocks of street fighting. He's as tough as they come. However, Amy Zero and Zero Wolf, this pack of werewolves, is something completely out of this world. And Charles Dempsey desperately just trying to fight back, and Amy Zero makes a desperate tag. Here comes Zero Wolf, now the legal man's ring, here to pick up the pieces. He comes off the ropes, and a neck breaker onto Charles Dempsey. The back of his head bouncing off the middle of the ring canvas. Dempsey trying to go for a lariat takedown. Zero Wolf going for a dropkick to the bottom half of the legs, taking him out from down under. And Charles Dempsey now with a arm takedown. Now bringing Zero Wolf into the corner, tagging in Ren Sinclair. And as he holds him, Ren Sinclair goes for a shot to the ribs, followed by an X Factor. Here she comes, the pin. 1, 2, but Zero Wolf gets the shoulder up. It looks like Amy Zero ready to jump in, but services not needed. Zero Wolf has still a lot left in the tank as he nails that kick, and Charles Dempsey attacking him from behind. Zero Wolf barely fazed by it. Now, here she is in the corner once again. Zero Wolf has her right where he wants her. Using that rope as leverage and kicks the inner thigh, damaging the quad muscle. And a twist of fate by Zero Wolf onto Ren Sinclair. Now going for the pin. 1, 2. Ren Sinclair able to get the shoulder up at the last second. Zero Wolf nearly having victory right there. Throws Ren Sinclair right off the ropes, goes for a spring heel kick. She dodges. And now she sets him up, fireman's carry position. And a tumble takedown. Zero Wolf is now down and makes a leap. Here comes Amy Zero. Charles Dempsey looking for that tag. Ren Sinclair crawling, and Amy Zero too confident, letting Ren Sinclair get away. And she makes a tag, and I think Amy Zero's hubris might have just cost her right there. Snake Eyes into the top rope. And there he is, just blowing her knee out. Charles Dempsey now making his way to the top rope. Frog splash by Charles Dempsey, now going for the pin. 1, 2, and there's Zero Wolf with the save. Huge right hand. Charles Dempsey not allowing Zero Wolf to get away with it, making him pay for interfering in what could have been his victory. And now turning his attention to Amy Zero. Arm drag. And we got the referee knocked out in the middle of all the chaos there, a victim of the crossfire. We officially have no... The referee wakes up just in time, and she's going for the count. However, Amy Zero kicking out before the referee could come to. Stomp to the face by Ren Sinclair. open hand chop to the chest by Rensselaer to Amy Zero. And here she goes. Oh, and Amy Zero's shoulder being thrusted right into that reinforced steel ring post. And here comes the pin. Rensselaer taking advantage. 1, 2, but Amy Zero able to kick out despite that devastating barrage by Rensselaer. Again, throwing her into the corner. And here she comes, right off the top rope. Tarantula. She's using a tarantula. Using the ropes as leverage, bending Amy Zero in half, and now the two women fighting ringside. Rensselaer now making her way to the top rope. High risk maneuver. Just about to jump right out of the ring. Cross body splash onto Amy Zero. Get to midsection. X Factor right onto that unforgiving floor. Amy Zero bringing the fight back into the ring. And here comes the pin. 1, 2, and Amy Zero is still able to kick out. You can see the visible frustration on Ren's face. And you can see that that kick out just made something snap as she's slamming her skull right into the ring, tagging in Charles Dempsey. And a huge reversal by Amy Zero. And she's going for a bear hug. Charles Dempsey with a counter. Dragon screw. Dragon screw. Amy Zero having no choice but to roll out of the ring to gain some distance. And here she comes back into the fight. And she throws Charles Dempsey right into the referee. And that mistake might have cost her. Charles Dempsey taking her down. Here comes Rensselaer now tagging as the legal woman. Grapple up. Remember, this is for an opportunity to compete for the vacant mixed tag team titles. Who's gonna face the final testament? Rensselaer going for the pin. And Amy Zero kicking out on 2. And look at her, she's looking so frustrated. She's wondering what it's gonna take to put the Wolf Pack away. Huge right hand by Amy Zero as she got Rensselaer in the corner. Sinclair going for the elbow. German suplex by Rensselaer. A huge German suplex. Now making her way to the top rope. Amy Zero barely on her feet. And a clothesline right off the top. Rensselaer looking to finish this match off. Oh, headlock takedown. And oh my gosh, classic Castor Black distracting Rensselaer, making sure she doesn't capitalize from her finisher move. And she just realized that Amy Zero's down for the count. She's going for the pin. 1, 2, and Amy Zero kicks out. Castor Black buying her just enough time to recover from that move and to kick out. Rensselaer with a Hurricanrana. Now making the tag to Charles Dempsey. And here he goes, right across the ring. And a knee right into the face of Amy Zero. Zero with the reverse Irish whip. Charles Dempsey saw the kick coming. He moved out of the way. And you see Amy desperately fighting back. Powerbomb by Amy Zero. Kick to the midsection. Oh, knee to the head. Clothesline. And now looks like she's setting him up. We could be getting another riptide, but this time Charles Dempsey saw it coming. He reverses. Kick to the sternum. Amy Zero with a suplex onto Charles Dempsey. And what an uppercut. European uppercut by Charles Dempsey. Amy Zero though, able to throw that deadweight down. Facebuster. He makes a tag. Here comes Ren Sinclair. And she hits the finisher. Another headlock takedown. Ren Sinclair going for the pin. This could be it. 1, 2, 3. And no quarter catch. And the No Quarter Catch crew will be taking on the Final Testament at Summer Bash for the tag team titles.
No Quarter Catch crew.
Incredible victory by this tag team. No Quarter Catch crew. Final Testament for the mixed tag team titles at Summer Bash, live on pay-per-view in August. Don't go away, we still have more GTW action coming to you. Coming up next, we have Scott Storm's Open Challenge. Plus, we're still going to be hearing from Miss Declaration holder, the Olympian Empress Rebecca Troy. The women's hardcore title on the line, Dorothy Lane versus Shotzi Blackheart. And our main event, Damian Maximus versus the Russian gladiator Andre Armstrong. The winner will face Benjamin Bourne at Summer Bash for the World Championship. All coming up here on Dystopia. Don't go away. A piece of advice, Ben. I'd be less worried about Jericho right now and more about me. I'm going to defeat Andre Armstrong tonight, and I will be your opponent at Summer Bash. When we face off, I am taking the world title and solidifying my rule as the mighty god of Dystopia. Yeah, whatever you say, just make sure you win fair and square. Okay, Hercules Jr.? You may have your dad, Charles Elliott, fooled. You may have Archie Angel, Amber Farlett, and Rebecca of Troy fooled, but not me. I know who you are, and I don't like you. If you win tonight, great, but make no mistake, it won't be Damian Minimalist walking out of Summer Bash champion. It's going to be Bad Boy Bourne. And now it's time for the Scott Storm Open Challenge.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 220 pounds, Scott Storm!
It's a tradition that started on the 4th of July when Scott Storm came out saying that he would have an open challenge, giving anyone in the locker room who thinks that they are man enough to prove that they are better than him, saying it's an opportunity for other wrestlers to showcase their skills against him. And I gotta say, I think Scott Storm's a little full of it. He has a larger loss ratio than wins. Not to mention, he hasn't held a single championship in GTW. What exactly makes Scott Storm so special where he thinks that he's giving the locker room an honor, an opportunity by holding these open challenges? And yet, this is the second one he's holding. To his credit, his last one was against Joe Hendry, and he did come up victorious. Who will be his opponent here tonight? It is once again the Scott Storm Open Challenge. Who thinks they can fare better than Joe Hendry? gentlemen, say his name and he shall appear. That was Scott Storm's mistake just now, is saying who can fare better than Joe Henry. And there he is, Joe Henry, looking for his rematch after being defeated at Declaration of Domination. And despite his loss, Joe Henry still going into this open challenge for the second time, full of confidence against Scott Storm. And I can see why, because if you're looking at this sold out arena, we all believe in Joe Henry. And here comes the bell. There's Scott Storm, drop kick onto Joe Henry, already starting things off. And you can just see, just by looking at the face of Scott Storm, that he is not happy with this right now. He was hoping to get a different opponent than at Declaration of Domination, but he ended up saying his name once again, and Joe Henry ended up appearing, looking for round 2 in the Scott Storm Open Challenge. And oh, what a counter by Joe Henry. They start at the pay-per-view State of Emergency. Scott Storm attacking Joe Henry after his match against Castor Black. And Joe Henry been looking for a little justice ever since taking on Scott Storm at the Open Challenge at Declaration of Domination, our 4th of July special. Suffering a loss one-on-one, and now he's coming back for round 2. Scott Storm has Joe Henry onto the ring apron. And one must ask, are we going to get a repeat of what happened at the 4th of July? Or is Joe Henry going to get the victory here tonight? Joe Henry rolling over the gator roll, throwing those elbows onto Scott Storm. Joe Henry making his way to the top rope. And a high-flying move, shoulder tackle onto Scott Storm, and Storm's head just bouncing off that LED barricade. Storm, though, coming in on Joe Henry, backbreaker. Brilliant strategy by Scott Storm as he's damaging the hand of Joe Henry. If you can just focus on that one body part, inflict so much pain on one body part that it can no longer function. After all, wrestling requires probably your hands more than anything else. He's significantly putting Joe Henry at a disadvantage. And now we're past the halfway point of the ring out. Joe Henry throwing Scott Storm back in the ring. Clothesline by Joe Henry. Scott Storm go for a close on his own. Joe Henry with the hip toss. Here he comes, spine buster. Henry coming in, Samoan drop. And now Joe Henry taking control of this one-on-one match. He's coming in, he's going for his finisher. However, Scott Storm stopping him in his tracks. Here's Scott Storm once again throwing Joe Henry outside the ring. The two now about to do battle in front of the announcer's desk. And oh, look at Scott Storm delivering that devastating powerbomb onto the ring apron. Joe Henry immediately bouncing back though. Here's Joe Henry throwing Scott Storm back into the ring. And clothesline by Storm. 2 clotheslines, 3 clotheslines. Joe Henry in a world of pain right now as he fumbles into the corner. After taking 3 clotheslines from Scott Storm. And here he comes. The one issuing the open challenge, taunting him. throwing it right into Joe Henry's face as he's now choking him into the corner. The referee warning Scott Storm to break it up. Here comes the pin. 1, 2, and Joe Henry getting the shoulder up. And kicked in midsection by Joe Henry. To Irish whip. Joe Henry off the ropes and takes a knee right into the gut. Thus far, Scott Storm dominating this match, but Joe Henry getting up, wanting more. Scott Storm coming off the ropes and a takedown by Joe Henry. European uppercut by Henry. And now once again these two men battling here at ringside. And another uppercut by Scott Storm. Joe Henry just coming back for more. Just eating that punishment. He clearly wants to send a message to Scott Storm here tonight. Look out, just pick up that dead weight. Powerbomb by Joe Henry. Right into that unforgiving floor. Goes on by Henry. Here he goes, bringing Storm back into the ring. Henry making his way to the top rope. Looking for Storm to get on his feet. Double axe handle by Joe Henry. Oh, and the whole arena just felt the impact of that Samoan drop. Joe Henry looking to put this one away. Could he get the win as he goes for the choke slam? And here comes the pin. It's 1, 2, 3. Oh! Oh my God! I could have sworn that was going to be a 3 count right there. Joe Henry was so close to attaining victory. Scott Storm barely got the shoulder up. There's a snake eyes into the turnbuckle. And Scott Storm with a kick in the midsection, getting out of the corner. Joe Henry sees the drop kick coming. He sidesteps out of the way. Scott Storm over the top rope. Joe Henry now bringing him to the ring apron. And he tosses him right back into a ring with a seismic toss. Oh, here comes Storm. He got the cutter. The Eye of the Storm. Eye of the Storm by Scott. His finisher move. And Joe Henry with the shoulder up. Henry trying to battle back with his right hands. And Scott Storm with the pin. And he gets the 3 count. Scott Storm 2-0 in these open challenges with Joe Henry.
Here is your winner, Scott Storm.
I think any debate of rivalry can be put to rest. Joe Henry came very close, but Scott Storm able to get the win over Joe Henry here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go away, because coming up next, we're going to be hearing from Miss Declaration holder Rebecca Troy next on Dystopia. And here she comes, the Declaration holder, Rebecca Troy, about to address the crowd here tonight. There have been so many thinking the Olympian Empress was done, washed up. Oh, Rebecca Troy has not won a women's championship in years. Well, now I am the Miss Declaration holder. In my briefcase is the power to take away any title from any woman I desire. Whenever I want, whether it is the Women's World title, whether it is the Women's Grand Tour title, Brenda Bison, the Witch, you both better look over your shoulder whenever I am in the ring, because when it is convenient, when one of you is at your weakest, when you cannot defend yourselves, I, the Olympian Empress, Rebecca Troy, the princess of the old gods, I will be there to steal that title away. After all, an empress needs a crown. I will see you all very soon. And the Miss Declaration holder now making her declaration, warning both the Witch and Rebecca Troy to watch over their shoulders, and there's now a target painted on both of their backs. Coming up next on Dystopia, the women's hardcore title on the line.
The following contest is an Extreme Rules match and is for the Hardcore Championship.
The Hardcore Championship on the line here in the women's division, and we're going to start things off with the mysterious, the horrifying, the demon, Dorothy Lane, our current GTW Women's Hardcore Champion, who had solidified herself as the Queen of Hardcore after defeating Sabu at Battle of Champions. And now she's here to defend that hardcore title tonight against Shotzi Blackheart. Shotzi Blackheart, who's been all over the indies, all over promotions such as MLW and GCW, competing in hardcore matches all around the world, is now being granted a shot at the GTW Women's Hardcore title, giving a chance to prove herself against this woman right here. This creature from another dimension, a monster crawling out from the dark, wearing the Women's Hardcore title. The entire arena illuminated with the fireflies as Women's Hardcore Champion Dorothy Lane carries the lantern of the lantern of deprivation. Stepping in the ring against her tonight is nearly a death sentence. She has been able to destroy any woman who crossed her path. Hell, she even managed to destroy Sabu, GTW's current hardcore champion. former hardcore champion Sabu recently losing the men's hardcore title to Tony D'Angelo. I gotta say, Dorothy Lane has definitely set the gold standard of what it means to be the queen of hardcore. And here comes the challenger, Shotzi Blackheart, riding in a battle with that massive tank. Technically, that could be used in this match. It is no disqualification. There'll be no countouts. Weapons completely encouraged. This is 100% hardcore rules here tonight, as Blackheart makes her way to the ring. Both of these women completely accustomed to pain, completely accustomed to suffering, both inflicting and receiving. This match is going to be one for the ages. We're in for a real treat. This is going to be a pay-per-view level brawl between these two women for the hardcore title.
Introducing the challenger from Oakland, California, Shotzi Blackheart. And her opponent from Wichita, Kansas, the hardcore champion, Dorothy Lane.
And we go, the GTW Women's Hardcore title on the line in the Extreme Rules match. Dorothy Lane taking on the challenger, Shotzi Blackheart. There's the bell. Dorothy Lane looking to jump ahead. Shotzi taking advantage, immediately going for the pin, and Dorothy Lane with a kick out. Well, I mean, that's something. It would be Steve Mercy all over again with that 3-season hell match, pinning the champion before we can even get knees deep into this hardcore match. Shotzi going for the submission, trying to get a quick win, and she's playing this smart. I gotta say, she's playing this very smart. She knows how dangerous Dorothy is. She knows what prolonging a match like this could do. And she's trying to defeat her as fast as possible, win the hardcore title, and go home. Shotzi with the Irish whip, Dorothy Lane off the ropes, arm drag by Shotzi. Nice elbow drop by Dorothy Lane. Shotzi rolls out of the ring. Dorothy in pursuit. And it looks like Shotzi coming in. Garbage can over the head of Dorothy Lane. And now we're going to get into the hardcore part of the Extreme Rules match. Shotzi bringing a table into the ring now. It looks like she decided to try and keep the pressure onto Dorothy Lane. Dorothy Lane now getting a second breath, now working on the arm of Shotzi, stomping on that hand. And this is a very bone-crunching match. Dorothy Lane using that sadistic side of her to complete a strategy, trying to break the hand of Shotzi there. And there's Shotzi throwing Dorothy right into the steel stairs. Shotzi now grabbing a Singapore cane from under the ring. And there's the kendo stick right between the eyes of the hardcore champion. Shotzi going to town on Dorothy here. And Dorothy looks like she had enough, grabbing Shotzi, coming in with a huge clothesline, nearly knocking her head off. Shotzi going for those elbows. Not liking her hair being grabbed like that. She goes to the other side of the ring. Dorothy Lane grabbing the artillery here. A bag full of thumbtacks. And Shotzi setting a ladder up between the ring and the announcer's desk. Spinning kick to the sternum by Shotzi Blackheart. And oh, and there she goes, slamming Dorothy's head right into the wooden table. Laying in the middle of the ring, and just look at her go, just a bunch of right hands into her skull. Shotzi now applying a submission hold on Dorothy Lane. Dorothy Lane, who is laying face first into those thumbtacks right now. You can only imagine the kind of pain she's enduring with basically the equivalent of a torture device. And Shotzi laying onto that plywood. You got Dorothy Lane dropping the elbow. Dorothy letting the inner demon come out, stalking her prey. And here comes Dorothy Lane coming in with, oh no, Shotzi reverses. Dorothy Lane was about to use Lady Abigail. She was about to nail Lady Abigail, but Shotzi reversed it. Shotzi coming off the ropes. Dorothy Lane with a hip toss onto the challenger. Dorothy grabbing the Singapore cane from outside the ring. And Shotzi countering Dorothy before damage could be done. And she goes for a body slam. Reversal. Dorothy Lane coming in. Reverse DDT. And now the two women once again taking this fight here at ringside. Considering the ring is littered with thumbtacks, is probably the safest place right now in this hardcore championship match. And just look at Shotzi trying to wrench the head of the women's hardcore champion, Dorothy Lane. And Dorothy going for the shots to the ribs. She's hammering away at the back. And oh, nearly broke Shotzi's neck with that. Grabbing the Singapore cane from inside the ring. She's pursuing her prey. And oh, the kendo stick connecting between the eyes of Shotzi Blackheart. Shotzi reversing the Irish whip, momentarily gaining the upper hand, and she comes in and an orthodox moonsault. And there's Shotzi slamming Dorothy into that unforgiving floor. Shotzi getting some extra thumbtacks out of the ring here. It looks like Blackheart is ready to bring this match to the next level. Dorothy Lane now waiting for it, and oh! Dorothy throwing Shotzi over the top rope on top of that ladder. Dorothy on the top rope. Oh! Shotzi rolling out of the way. She rolled away, and Dorothy's back, hitting that unforgiving steel. When I tell all of you, this was going to be a pay-per-view level match right here, and these two women are not disappointing. Dorothy with the snake eyes onto the ladder. Dorothy not completely satisfied with the hazards in the ring. And a gut buster by Dorothy. Shotzi withering in pain right now. And here goes the garbage can being thrown right at Shotzi. And here she comes with those right hands, those right brutal hands. Lady Abigail. Dorothy Lane with Lady Abigail, her finisher move on the Shotzi. All she has to do is get her back in the ring. Here comes the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Dorothy Lane retains the hardcore title.
Here is your winner, and still hardcore champion, Dorothy Lane.
Dorothy Lane hitting the Lady Abigail at ringside, rolling Shotzi inside the ring for the pin, and retains the GTW Women's Hardcore Championship. When we return here on Dystopia, we have a first contender match. AJ Styles versus Hector Flores. Coming up next, the winner will be #1 contender for the European title against... Oh, it looks like we're starting this match off immediately. Here comes AJ Styles making his way out to the ring.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
The phenomenal AJ Styles about to go one-on-one with Hector Flores. The winner will be going on to Dystopia next week to take on Landon Knight for the European Championship. AJ Styles basically on his retirement tour, signing his final wrestling contract here with GTW. Is hoping to get one final singles championship run before official retirement from pro wrestling.
And his opponent from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, weighing in at 202 pounds, Hector Flores.
Hector Flores will be this opponent of AJ Styles tonight. And you gotta imagine that Landon Knight, our current GTW European champion, is watching this match very closely. After all, the winner of tonight will be his opponent next week on Dystopia for the European title. Hector Flores, brand new to GTW, much younger, much hungrier than AJ Styles, wants to make a name for himself. Winning tonight would give him a shot at the European title, allowing him to make a name for himself, putting himself as a footnote in GTW. As the bell, AJ Styles running in head first. Hector Flores jumping out of the way, but Styles able to recover with a shot to the ribs. And now the both of them for elbow and collarbone tie-up. Styles bringing Flores into the corner, and the referee forcing the breakup. Huge right hand by AJ Styles. And a German suplex by the Phenomenal One. Styles going for a pin. 1, 2, and a kick out by Hector Flores. Styles once again locking up, going for an armbar. Hector Flores on his knees now. And look at Styles, you can just tell that he's an in-ring veteran. The way he's just taking control of someone like Hector Flores here. Flores trying to counter with the leg drop. AJ Styles smoothly dodging out of the way, but Flores able to get the exchange with a kick to the midsection, now taking control of this match, bringing Styles into the corner. Swinging DDT off the turnbuckles as Flores goes for the pin. 1, 2, but AJ Styles kicks out. What we got here is another example of youth versus experience. Hector Flores much younger, much more able, probably has more endurance than Styles, and is definitely more hungry. But what Styles has is years of experience, years of what to do, what not to do. He knows all the tells of what his opponent would do. He knows every trick in the book, and that's what we got going on right now. But however, Hector Flores' ferocity is winning over the experience of AJ Styles in this match right now. You can see Flores setting him up. Dropkick right into the skull of AJ Styles point blank as he tries to finish him off with a moonsault. AJ Styles rolling out of the way. Styles moonsaulting into a reverse DDT. Amazing. A 25-year veteran, and Styles still able to move the way he does. Jawbuster by Hector Flores, now setting him up. And Styles' head just bouncing off the ring canvas. As Hector Flores now goes for the pin. 1, 2, and Styles with the shoulder up. Grapple by Flores. Styles in the corner, and he goes throwing the elbow. Styles going for the pin. 1, 2. But Flores kicking out the Phenomenal One, not able to seal the deal. Nice combo by AJ Styles. Look at this crowd roaring. Kicked him in section by Hector Flores. And what a dropkick right into the solar plex. Flores taking control of this match. Again, this is the #1 contendership. The winner will be taking on Landon Knight next week on Dystopia for the European title. Flores going for the pin. And there's AJ Styles getting the shoulder up at the very last second. Barely saving himself in this #1 contender match. The crowd screaming, "We're not worthy." Both these athletes giving this match everything they got right now. And AJ Styles throwing Hector Flores over the top rope. Here he comes. Right onto that reinforced ring apron. Referee beginning the count. AJ Styles on that top rope, outside the ring with a clothesline. And there's AJ Styles going for a submission, not going to do him much good at ringside. And there's Hector Flores tapping out. Hector Flores tapped out, but again, does no good outside the ring. Styles would have done much better to bring that match back into the ring before applying that hold. That could have been the match right there. Not very smart on AJ Styles' part. And here's Hector Flores on the top rope. Drop kick onto Styles. Now he's going for the pin. 1, 2, and Styles with a kick out. And just look at the frustration from Hector Flores. He feels like he's throwing everything, including the kitchen sink, and still can't seal the deal. And there's a drop kick onto Styles into the corner. To the midsection as Flores looking to put this one away. And he's got him in a submission hold. AJ Styles screaming in pain, claiming he won't tap out. Amazing reversal by Styles. I can hear Styles murmuring to himself, saying, I'm not going to tap out like Flores. I'm not a real... And Styles with an impressive maneuver, but it looks like he might have damaged himself in the process. Both men are down. Styles slowly getting to his feet. Kick to the midsection by Flores. On top rope, drop kick to the skull of AJ Styles. And he's going to the top rope again. Another high flying move. Front splash, but AJ Styles reverses with a code breaker. Net breaker by Styles onto Hector Flores. And he's setting him up. Styles about to go for the finisher. Could this be it? And he nails it. And it's going to be 1, 2. Oh no! No, somehow, someway, Hector Flores pulled in deep inside and kicked out. Somehow Hector Styles managed to kick out. I was so sure that Styles was about to become #1 contender. Going to move, reversing the suplex, going for the back of the knee. He's got him against the ropes. And Flores throws AJ Styles outside the ring. And here goes the referee beginning the count. Flores looking ever so confident as he comes out of the ring, pursuing AJ Styles. You can tell that both these men have been fighting so hard for so long in this singles competition. Both of them nearly running empty on gas right now. Styles again going for a submission move outside the ring, not doing him any good. And again, Hector Flores taps out again, but again, this is so frustrating to watch because tap outs do not work outside the ring. That is twice in this match Styles could have had this match. there's Hector Flores' head being thrown into that LED ring post. We're more than halfway through the count out. Hector Flores about to go off the top rope and nails an atomic elbow drop from outside the ring. Styles just getting right back up. Getting right back up with the combo. Styles pulling in deep, full of desperation here. Both pulling out of the way, drop kick. And both of them are down. Both men are down for the count right now. Flores slowly getting to his feet, gasping for air. And there's a high-risk move. He's going to go for a second one, this time going on the top rope. Frog splash, could this be enough to put it away? He's going for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Hector Flores takes the victory. He will be Landon Knight's opponent next week for the European title.
Here is your winner, Hector Flores!
What a match. What a match. Both these men giving it everything they have. I can't help but feel though that AJ Styles could have had this match twice if not for making the mistake of going for the submission move outside the ring. However, it was his mistake, and Hector Flores did what anyone else would do and capitalized, and has won the match. Next week, it's me, Hector Flores, versus Landon Knight for the European title on Dystopia. When we return, we're going to be having our main event. It's going to be Andre Armstrong versus Damian Maximus. The winner will be taking on Bad Boy Benjamin Bourne at Summer Bash for the GTW World Championship. That's coming next. Don't go away. Victoria Wong here with Women's World Champion Brenda Bison. What is your response to Rebecca Troy's threat? Troy is a coward who needs such a thing like the Declaration briefcase. She claims to be the Empress, yet she will never be able to defeat me fair and square. I will be watching my back, Miss Troy. And now that she has my attention, I recommend she watches her own. As far as what Amanda has said on Brawl, recover for Summer Bash. I expect you 100% when I defeat you for the third time. Now if you excuse me. My comrade is about to have a very important match. Thank you for your time, Brenda Bison. I hope that Troy doesn't, cash in on you. I would like to see Miss Troy try. Good evening, Miss Wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for tonight's main event. The Russian Gladiator, Andre Armstrong, versus Damian Maximus. The winner will be the number one contender for the world title and will face the Bad Boy Benjamin Bourne for said title at Summer Bash. Who will it be? Will it be Andre Armstrong? Will it be Damian Maximus? We're going to find out right here on our main event of Dystopia.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the Red Faction from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 264 pounds, the Russian gladiator,
Andre Armstrong, one half of the Red Faction, with his partner Brenda Bison, who is the current Women's World Champion. Andre has been chasing the World Championship for some time now, and will finally have an opportunity to compete for it if he can defeat Damian Maximus here tonight. His goal is to be World Champion alongside his comrade, the Russian assassin Brenda Bison.
And his opponent, representing the Old Gods, weighing in at 227 pounds, Damian Maximus!
Damian Maximus, who has made a name for himself as being the one to rid GTW of the tyranny that is the mighty god Hercules. But I think the power might have gotten to Damian's head, saying that he's looking to take the title from Benjamin Bourne, not for the sake of bettering himself as the top competitor of GTW, but to prove that he is the true mighty god. To solidify himself as the leader of the Old Gods. And it sounds like Damian Maximus is starting to go on a bit of a power trip like his predecessor here, truly believing that he is a mighty god, much like Hercules thought before being removed from GTW by this very man. And now he's going to compete against Andre Armstrong, the winner, to take on Benjamin Bourne for the world title at Summer Bash in August. Now the question is, which one of these two men, both of them very hungry for the world title, which one of them will be competing? And here comes the bell. Damian Maximus starting off strong against the Russian gladiator. Now, for all the things I said about Damian Maximus going through a power trip, no one can deny how far this young man has come since debuting in GTW nearly a year ago. Going from barely winning a undercard match to now main eventing weekly shows like DYSTOPIA to being in the title picture altogether. Andre Armstrong, a magnificent athlete in his own right, a former apprentice of the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. Andre Armstrong, a Olympic trained athlete, partnered with Brenda Bison, who is definitely considered one of the most ruthless, most technical, cold calculating competitors in the women's division. Andre has definitely gotten in the ring with the best of them, competing against athletes like Steven Dynamite, Dio Sebastian, Hercules himself. And all Andre has to do is defeat Damian Maximus here tonight to get a shot against Benjamin Bourne for the world title. And oh, what's this? I should have known. I should have known. That's Archangel's music. And there's Archangel coming from behind. Oh, but no. Andre saw it coming. Andre wise to the old God's games and countered the interference from Archangel. But still, in the end of the day, it served as a good enough distraction for Damian Maximus to attack Andre Armstrong from behind and gain the advantage in his #1 contender match here in tonight's main event. And it's Maximus bouncing Archangel's head onto that ring apron. Of course, you know, Benjamin Bourne said himself when he spoke to Damian Maximus in the back that he may have Charles Elliott fooled, he may have the rest of the locker room fooled, but he knows better. The old gods are not reverting their ways just because they threw Hercules to the curb. No, all it means is Damian Maximus is just taking over a gang of thugs. I see Andre Armstrong outside the ring fighting as hard as he can. We're halfway through a count out here. Referee at 7. Andre Armstrong needs to get back in the ring if he wants to be #1 contender. And Maximus gets in the ring with just a hair second away from being counted out, and immediately trying to throw Andre Armstrong over the top rope. And ooh, godlike DDT by Damian. 1, 2, but Andre Armstrong managing to kick out. And Maximus sizing him up. Pulls him off the ropes. Scoop slam by Damian Maximus. And here he comes. Divine Judgment by Damian Maximus. And it's 1, 2, and Andre Armstrong able to kick out of Damian Maximus's finisher move. Andre going for a dropkick. Maximus moving out of the way. Huge right hand by Damian Maximus coming off the top rope. And here he comes, putting Andre Armstrong into a Boston Crab in the middle of the ring. The question is he going to tap out? He's got nowhere to go, and he does. Andre Armstrong having no choice but to tap. Damian Maximus as now the #1 contender. In the end of the day, Andre Armstrong suffered what probably was a head injury in the hands of Damian Maximus from the Divine Judgment, and then Damian Maximus getting a Boston Crab in the middle of the ring. Andre Armstrong nowhere to go, nowhere to grab a rope break, having no choice but to tap out. And now Damian Maximus, the #1 contender. It's gonna be Maximus versus Benjamin Bourne for the GTW World Championship at our next pay-per-view event in April. Summer Bash live streaming here at the Infinite Fantasy If Twitch channel. That concludes tonight's broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who watched the shows live here on Twitch, follow and subscribe to skip the commercials. But for the rest of you who watch GTW episodically on my YouTube channel, Infinite Fantasy If, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to know when new episodes come to you. I'll see you on Twitch Wednesday night for more GTW action, and for the rest of you, Monday and Thursday for Brawl and Dystopia. May your fantasies be infinite.